Welcome to another episode of Life and Whiskey. As always, I am Jordan. Today we're talking cocktails. If you've been watching along, we just got done doing the review of Drambuie. I said I was going to talk about cocktail stuff. We're going to do that in this episode. So, first things first. Went to the expensive liquor store in town and my butt took a pounding. So, the Drambuie paid $41.39. Angostura bitters. This is the one that has me more pissed off than anything. $20.99. Now, I was an idiot. They didn't have the price tag listed on it. It was there with all the other cocktail ingredients, and like a dumbass, I went up there, grabbed it, not thinking anything about it, went up, paid for the stuff, and didn't really think much about it. And it wasn't until later on that, like, 20 minutes later, I was at Walmart here shopping, picking up a couple of items from the grocery section of the Walmart. And I was like, I wonder what I paid. And I saw that they had bitters, Angostura bitters, on the shelf at Walmart, which is very interesting here in Wyoming because in Wyoming, liquor needs to be sold in a liquor store. You cannot buy wine, beer, alcohol of any sorts at uh, well, growing up in Wisconsin, you could buy that at the local, gas station if you want. You cannot do that here in Wyoming. It needs to come from a liquor store. Um, and so it was interesting to find Angostura bitters, which rings in at 44.7% ABV at Walmart. Along with you can buy cooking sherry, which I think is running around like 15%. So it's interesting that somehow those kind of slid in. But at Walmart, Angostura bitters was $8 and change for this thing, and I paid $20. Man, was I pissed about that. Then we had the Dolan Vermouth de Cambry Blanc, $12.69. I'm guessing that's probably like $8 to $10 normally. So I'm not too upset about that. And then we have the Martini and Rossi Red Vermouth, $5.99. Again, that's pretty darn cheap. I'm not gonna whine about that too much. Those are both upstairs. The other interesting thing I found, um, and wait, before I go into that any further, I knew I was going to be paying more at this liquor store for stuff. I didn't think that they were going to hit you for freaking $20 for a bottle of bitters. That was never again. Not going to shop there ever again for any reason whatsoever. Um, that's enough to piss me off to that point. More than doubled the price. Um, but at Walmart, they have what they call the Great Value, the Walmart store brand. They had cherries there, and they were called cocktail cherries. Boom, get your ride. They had cocktail cherries there, which are similar but not exactly like a Luxardo cherry. So they're not the bright, you know, radioactive maraschino cherries. There are darker syrup, heavier syrup, different flavor cocktail cherry. So I bought some of those. They're like $4.50 as compared to Luxardos, which are much more expensive than that. So there's a good note if you have the opportunity. So I will be buying bitters from now on at Walmart along with the cherries there. And did they have vermouth there? I don't think they did, but they definitely had it at the cheap liquor store. So you live, you learn, you spend your money, you get taken for a ride. But we got Angostura bitters. We got the two different vermouths, the Blanc, which is a sweet, and then the red, which is also a sweet-ish one. It's not really dry. And then, if you haven't already, you can just save yourself the money if you're not an idiot like me. Make your own bitters. So I have 3 different jars of bitters, which are probably ready. So today's the 14th. I started these on the 12th. Yes, you have to spend some money if you don't already have it. I went to the hippy dippy granola organic food store here in town. I bought allspice berries, star anise or anise, cardamom berry or seeds, What else? Cardamom. Drawing a blank. Probably written on here. Coriander. And cloves. So those are all things that I did not already have, but at the Hippy Dippy store, because you can buy stuff in bulk, it's by the ounce. And I want to say the most expensive thing was like $3.39 for an ounce. So I bought an ounce of every one of those spices, and an ounce is like this much of the bottom of a Ziploc bag. I mean, it's way more than you think it's going to be. So super cheap. So for $12, I bought all the spices that I needed. So for the price of this, I got all the spices that I needed to make, I don't know, 300 ounces of bitters. So I'll have enough bitters for the rest of my life with that. So to me, that was worth the investment. The other thing you're going to need to make bitters, so you're going to need spices of some sort. You can make bitters out of absolutely anything. Then you need high proof alcohol. So the first one that I did was I used this overproof rum ringing in at 69%. So what is that, 128 proof? No, 138 proof. Sorry, 138 proof. Um, that's probably more than sufficient. I know a lot of people use, oh, what the heck's the name of that stuff? Drawing a blank. Oh, why can I not think of the name of it? I'm just drawing an absolute blank. But the high proof Everclear. Sorry. Get out of there, Boone. They just use Everclear. I think she just stuck her nose in a mousetrap. So they use Everclear as their high proof alcohol, which obviously will do that. I had some other grain alcohol down here that I used that I was ringing in right around that same 68 to 70 proof. And so that's what these two are. Now, I tried to make one of the other main ingredients, not ingredients, but you can either mist it in or do a rinse with is absinthe, but absinthe is ringing in at like $40 to $60 for a 750. And so and you just don't use it. Like you can use it to mix in with stuff, but oftentimes it's like a little spritz or a rinse. So you're using small quantities of it, and I just didn't need a lifetime supply of it. So seemingly how absinthe, the main flavor profile of absinthe is again star anise type black licorice flavors. I just thought I would do I did fennel, star anise or anise, and cardamom were the three things that I put in here. And so whether or not I've not had absinthe to really know that that's what it is, but whether or not it's, you know, spot on, it's darn good. So I did that. So for the overproof rum, I did orange peel. I did a ginger tea bag that we had upstairs, where it was ginger and lemon, I think. It was a citrus component. Put in some allspice, cloves, cardamom, and coriander, and I just put it into that rum. Plus, you get the benefit of the little bit of sweet and the flavor component of the rum to start with. So all that is now into my bitter. The next one, very similar, but I did a cinnamon stick, the star anise, cloves, cardamom, allspice, and coriander. And this is the first one that I did. Oh, and I put some orange peel in there as well. That was the first one that I did with just the grain alcohol. And then my absinthe knockoff, which is just the grain alcohol, the fennel, 3-star anise, and cardamom. So those are my bitter components. And then I got the vermouths. I'll probably make a simple syrup, a couple of simple syrups probably, because you can make simple syrup, fruit flavored or whatever else you want. Or you could do honey. I'll probably do a honey simple syrup, which is just thinning down honey with water. But these are the main cocktails that I wanted to focus on. because they're Scotch-based ones. So there's a Scotch sour, Scotch old fashioned, a rusty nail, which is Drambuie, Scotch, and lemon wedge or peel for garnish. Scotch Collins, a Rob Roy, which is Scotch, sweet vermouth, bitters, and then you garnish with a cherry, which sounded pretty darn good to me. A penicillin, Scotch toddy, which is a hot toddy of Scotch. This one really got my eyebrows raised as to something I'm definitely going to try. I'm a huge Bloody Mary fan, but I only drink them with gin. Not a vodka fan. I can taste the vodka in damn near anything. But a Bloody Mary made with a peated Scotch sounded awesome in my book, so I'll have to give that a go. The Modern, which is fresh lemon juice, simple syrup, orange bitters, blended Scotch, sloe gin, and absinthe. That actually sounded pretty good. Smoked Rose, which is Scotch, green chartreuse, which I have, 1 ounce simple syrup, garnished with some rosemary. Also sounded good. An Affinity, which is Scotch, sweet vermouth, dry vermouth, and bitters, lemon for garnish. A Rusty Compass, which is Scotch, Drambuie, and cherry liqueur, and then an orange ribbon for garnish. The Godfather, which sounded awesome. I don't have the makings for it though. It's only 2 ingredients, which is just Scotch and amaretto. A Bobby Burns, a Presbyterian, and most of these are like pretty well-known cocktails. And then a Campbelltown. So there you have it. Go ahead, drop in the comments down below what you think of all that. And, stay tuned. The next video, we'll probably make ourselves some cocktails. You guys have yourselves a great day. We'll catch you in the next video.